So we'll go ahead and get started. Most everybody, I think, knows who I am. If you don't, my name is Beth McLaughlin McDonald, and I am, a connector, a consultant. I've been a private money lender, and I've kind of found myself in this place of working with both the borrowers as well as the lenders to create workflows, to create follow-up, to create hopefully some confidence around lenders feeling a little bit better about being involved in different projects with different borrowers. I should start by saying too that I've been under the weather today, so I'm not my typical like high energy self, so I apologize for that. But hopefully we'll get through this. But I was in bed for about 4 hours this afternoon, so I'm getting back some of my energy. But just so you guys know, so I joined Rain in January of 2024. So I've been in Rain for a little over a year. And oddly enough, I had joined one of the master classes in January of 2022. So it took me 2 years to come back around and take the master class again and decide to move forward. One of the reasons was because I was working a full-time job when I did the original master class for that week and was just overwhelmed. By the end of the week, I was staying up until, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30 at night trying to process all of the information. We all know that that 5-day master class is like drinking from a fire hose. So at the end of the week, I was just like, I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this. I don't want to do this. Like, I don't know what all the R's stand for and the Baer method. Sub two sounded illegal, like all of those kind of things. So I followed along with some of the original Rain ladies who had kind of like their own Facebook pages and groups and things like that. So I kind of stayed in the mix for that 2 years, but I didn't do anything official with Rain until December of 2023. I went through the master class again and then, of course, joined in January. So I sometimes say that I am a corporate flunky. I've been laid off 4 times and fired twice. So my last layoff was in January of 2023. So it was kind of that clear sign of this is really probably not where I'm meant to be. And it's funny how God works because, corporate sometimes doesn't allow you to be as open as you would like to be about your faith and about helping others and pouring into others. So when I was laid off, as scary as it was, at the same time, it was almost like this weight off my shoulder that I did not understand at all until clearly, months and months and months later. So, if anybody else is like me and been in a situation like that, or even where you are now, and you have been praying for answers, you've been praying for the writing on the wall, you've been praying for, basically God just to provide you with those answers. I posted a couple of months ago that when I recognized that I was asking him for the easy way out, everything changed for me. So instead of me just saying, put the writing on the wall, what am I meant to do? I started saying, put the right people in front of me, put the challenges in front of me, show me where I have a uniqueness that I can offer to help other people reach their goals and not waste time on things that aren't their strengths or things they don't even like to do. So 6 months into Rain, I finally figured out that I was trying to do it all, learn it all. And, I was a single mom for 21 years. So I think I was a little bit used to doing everything on my own. So I thought I had to do Rain on my own. And when I finally realized that other people weren't doing it alone, I gave myself permission to not do it alone. So I started reaching out to borrowers. I started reaching out to lenders, asking like, what is your process? What steps do you have in place to ensure you're following up? You're paying people on time? Like, what does that look like? And what I found is that a lot of the borrowers really didn't have systems in place. It was, oh yeah, I just keep track of, when I close and I send updates every 2 weeks or I send updates every 3 weeks and, I pay my interest at 30 days on the dot and all of that. And what we found is that that's just too much for some of the borrowers to keep up with when they have multiple projects going with multiple lenders. So some people are transitioning into and have already transitioned into updates around the 1st and the 15th. If something crazy happens, you'll know when it happens that day. We're not going to wait till the 1st or the 15th to send updates. And if, something great and amazing happens, you're going to know that that day too. We're not going to wait till the 1st and the 15th, but you can be guaranteed that on the 1st and the 15th, Google Drive folders will be updated with new pictures, walkthrough videos. We might schedule a Zoom with the general contractor or project manager or even the borrower to be boots on the ground. We did that last week with one of our projects in Nashville. We had two of the lenders boots on the ground with the borrower, walking the property. We were able to ask questions, and it was just really cool to have that interaction. And that's kind of like what we want to do. We want to make sure that everybody's involved and asking questions and being a part of the process. So, some days obviously are better than others and go a little bit more smoothly. And then sometimes we learn from things and we improve them as we go. So I have one of the original Rain sisters on the call tonight. I've been working with Carol for, gosh, probably now about 6 or 7 months. We've done several projects together, um, and they are um, putting the systems in place and really, not just walking the walk, but literally, I mean, they are doing the stuff. Like they're saying that they're going to get you updates on the 1st and the 15th, and I have those updates and I upload them to the Google Drives, and they say they're going to get pictures and videos, and they're there. So it's been a great experience.
Yes.
And the goal is to get all of the borrowers that I work with in that same type of mindset and that same type of structure so that, everybody knows what to expect and it's not deal by deal and, borrower by borrower and lender by lender, because quite frankly, it's too much for me to keep up with. So the more we can get systems and processes in place, the better for everyone involved. So with that, Carol, I lost you somewhere. Let me see if I
Oh,
can
I'm
find
here.
you.
I'm here.
There you are. I'm gonna pin you. Um, where did you go? Okay, pin. And I'm going to remove my pin so that you guys can see her. So Carol, basically,
Yes.
you have two different deals that you want to cover tonight. One more extensively than the other one.
Right.
Which one do you want to start off with? And I can certainly do whatever you need me to do, share screen if you need me
Doesn't,
to,
I
if
don't
you
know.
just
Do
want
you
to
want me
talk
to,
through your vision.
yeah, I mean, did you want me to give a little bit of background of,
Absolutely.
how,
Yeah,
where I
definitely.
started and
Yeah,
how I got here?
yeah.
Because it's possible, like Beth had said, that the original, probably the oldest one here, but so it can be done no matter what age. But I started with the first class that Rain provided, and in 2020, October of 2020, and my goals back then have were totally different than they are now. But back then it was like that wanted to do a flip um, but before I had done that or taken the class, I had purchased the year before I purchased a triplex. I sold my house and I had all this equity and I'm like, either my kids are gonna get it and they're gonna ask for it and I'm not gonna have anything. I need to put it somewhere. And so I found, and my first real investment property was a triplex out of state, no less. I didn't know really what I was doing other than I wanted real estate. My dad was in real estate as far he bought an apartment building, and I always saw him, doing that kind of thing, and it kind of stuck. In between kids and taking care of family and taking care of everybody else, I didn't get to it until late, but better late than never. And so after doing the rain part of it, then I looked for some other real estate help because I didn't feel, well, I guess maybe that analysis paralysis kind of kicked in, and I still didn't feel confident enough to go and do that on my own. And found some other people and have learned from them and realized that you can't do it on your own. You really need a team and a strong team. And Beth is a part of that team and very grateful for her part in it. So along the way, I've done um, private money after, learning about flipping. I did I was like, well, I have a job. It's kind of a lot of work if you don't have a good team in place. And trying to do that, it wasn't conducive at that time. So then I did the private money lending part and learned as I went along with that. And I was able to, kind of see firsthand all the things, that go along with that. And then got a tiny home and did a short-term rental with that. And and another, I think there was another one in there somewhere. And then I got to the point where I guess it was last year. It was kind of a hiatus. I still had my triplex. And my daughter got pregnant and had a very rough pregnancy and was bedridden. So I went and picked up, and stayed with her for 8 months. I stayed with them because her husband traveled and took care of them. And I was like, I need to get back to my life. I'm like, I love my grandkids. I love my daughter. And I was like, but I had that urge that I need to finish. I want to do what I wanted to do. And this is the time. My daughter was like, that's okay. Go ahead. I'm like, well, it's, your inheritance anyway. But, so my friend who's the project management team that is an excellent, excellent part of this. And the only reason why I feel that I'm able to do this is because of this team. And so she's like, you probably do better up in this area, in the Tennessee, North Carolina area, because it's so expensive in South Florida. And, because I thought I would just stay down there. And I said, well, let me just see, I've been taking care of everybody else. So let me just take a little bit and see. So that's what I landed up in this area in March. Looked around, and I thought, I want to do something where I could have RV spots or, just have a short-term rental here or there, whatever. Just I didn't know, I was just looking for it and just figured it's going to happen. And a lot of praying. So, but and then um so it came in March and found the property, closed in May. And we have Tiffany here. She's on the team, and grateful for you and your contribution to this. And so the vision just started, and my project management team just I can't even say enough because I couldn't do it on my own. I really couldn't. It's too much. It's a lot. But they work the numbers, they systems are in place, and it makes it's not easy. It's not easy at all. There are things that happen, whatever, but you just you put one foot in front of the other. You do what you learn as you go sometimes, and you learn from others. And but nothing good comes easy, and I've learned that. And I'm like, even at this age, it's just like I'm not giving up yet. I'm still breathing, and I've been taking care of everybody else. So I thought, what better way to create a life for myself that is hosting others, meeting people, creating that peaceful life, and having the freedom to do that. So rewind a little bit. I've been a court reporter for 44 years. So, and I'm not used to talking to people. I'm used to being here quiet while I'm taking down everybody else's talking. So, but but anyway, so I just, wanted to create a life that I don't need a vacation from. So that's my path. So now we found this property, and that's 40 acres in Trade, Tennessee, which is right on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee. 20 minutes. Thank you, Rachel. 20, 20 minutes from Boone. If anybody knows that area, I knew of it, but until I came here and experienced it myself, it's just like, this is the perfect spot, there's so much to do. And I don't ski, but there's skiing. I don't really like snow, but it's here. And but there's just the whole, and then the other side of Tennessee, Mountain City, there's Lake Watauga, there's just so much. It's just like the perfect little spot. And so when we went to go look at this property, and it's a 1940s house, old farmhouse, you know, close, it could have probably been torn down, probably, but it still had good bones. And, all this greenery and, all this land, 40 acres. And I just fell in love with it. It's just like, you find something and you're just like, this is it. With the creek babbling in the backyard. And I'm like, oh my gosh, for people to come here and enjoy that peace and tranquility and getting back to nature, I'm like, this is it. Put a couple of RV spots, and so we started on phase one. We closed, as I said, came here in March. We closed May 2nd, and very quickly. It was done very quickly. The seller, he was like, we had to close on that day. Was giving no extensions. But so anyway, so here we are. We have a 6-month path, but we're going to be finished in a few weeks. So I'm really excited about that. And that's all because of the team that I have. And and the vision and the hard work. It is hard work, but it's very rewarding. And so once we're transitioning into phase two, and on the property as well, it has a big barn. So the next phase is going to be, I'm gonna have to look at my notes because I want to make sure I don't
Well,
forget
before we jump
anything.
into phase
Okay.
two, like let's talk about
Okay.
the success of
Oh
phase one
yeah,
because
sure.
like it was supposed to be a 6 month term
Right.
and you guys are wrapping up almost 2 months early with that, which pretty much is
Hmm.
unheard of across the boards right now.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be refinancing, you're going to break
Yep.
apart the house and some of the acreage, and then
Yes.
basically you'll be free and clear with the remaining acreage, which is
Right.
a lot.
Right.
So you already have two luxury RVs on site, right?
One so far.
You have one so
One
far.
so far. Yes.
And you've already had guests who have
Yes.
been staying, and
Yes.
literally all they talk about is how like
It
they
was
just want to walk
lovely.
out the door and just take
Hmm.
in nature. They want to take in the
Right.
quiet. They want to take in the sound of the
Yep.
creek. They want to just take it all in because
Yep.
they left the busy life behind.
Yep.
So the goal with phase one was to build out the single family home that was there that you mentioned and make
Right.
it two. Um, one side is going to be your
Right.
living quarters, so you will be
Right.
on site, and then the
Right.
other side is a one bedroom, one bath short term rental. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I want to make sure
Yeah.
you weren't in the one bedroom, one bath. I thought I had that
No.
right.
No.
So,
No. No. No.
so you'll have the short term rental for the one bedroom, one bath. You'll have the
Yes.
RV spaces. Um,
And then two, well, that phase two will be the adding the two other pull in. It's not a lot of flat land in order to do, a lot, that we were hoping for, but there's room to do two that somebody can pull in and have the hookups there.
the hookups for the
Yeah.
two more RVs that somebody's
Yeah.
traveling in. Gotcha.
Right. Right.
Um, and so then again, phase two. So that's phase one. We
Right.
did the raise for that. We had
Right.
four lenders on that. And
Right.
then basically we're going to be looking for the same dollar amount. And hopefully some of those
Mhm.
lenders will roll over into the next phase.
Right.
Um, and then phase two will be the bigger build out, correct?
Right, right.
Okay,
That's going to
so
be taking the barn and building that out. I mean, it's good structurally, but want to add like laundry, a small laundry, and maybe like a little office or something. It's all, it can change, but
preliminary, yeah,
yeah, it's
preliminary for
preliminary.
sure.
But maybe like a little small store. I mean, it's not like a big RV park or anything. So something where, because it's rural, so you either have to go 20 minutes, into downtown Boone, or the opposite direction, Mountain City, if you wanted to go get something. So just have convenience things there for
Right.
whoever, and then it's going to have a really nice sitting area with the canopy and the fire pit and conversation area. Hopes are, that you know bring food trucks or bring entertainment, somebody to,
Right,
come, just have a good time, just
right.
enjoy life. It's so stressful. So I just
It
want
is.
people to come and relax and unwind and breathe and just the nature. I mean, I still am in awe when I look out and there's like cows, and then there's um, deer and there was a bunny. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
All the things that
But
we
yeah,
don't
you
see
don't
on a
realize.
normal basis.
No,
So
no,
so
no.
the barn is going to be built out to be an event space because there's not
Right,
anything like that in that area.
right.
And then the vision with that and the build out the additional RVs, the plug ups for someone traveling in their own RV, a
And
cabin,
yeah,
and
one, possibly two, but
right,
one, yeah,
one for sure
yeah,
cabin.
right,
So we talked about you guys were probably looking to host up to anywhere between like 14 and 20 people, let's say for a retreat weekend. Like a bunch
right.
of ladies want to get together. There's a couple in
Hmm.
the cabin, there's a couple in an RV, a couple brought their own RV, and then there
Right,
would be some opportunity to host them in the
absolutely.
barn and do events and
Right,
just have the
right,
women collaborate and that kind of thing. So
right.
that's what I love.
Yeah, I do too.
Um,
I do too.
what else is there on Creekview Farms, which is the name of that project? Did I miss
Right.
anything on that one?
Um, we got the hookups. Um, obviously in the price is the site work for the road, the utilities, all that stuff that goes with it.
Right.
Yoga retreats, yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
They
Um,
had one of their guests this past weekend just walked outside, found a tree, laid down, and
she fell
slept for an
asleep.
hour,
Fell
just
asleep. And then
listening
her,
to nothing and doing nothing, no
yeah.
cell phones. Like it just sounds
and
so
and
peaceful.
they had been on vacation the week before and coming through to stop in, and they said, because we were trying to tell them we can go here, there's waterfalls, you can go hiking. I said, no, we just want to stay here. And she fell asleep under the tree,
I
and
love
her
it.
husband was in the creek, mining for gold. I'm like,
Mining
hey,
for
I
gold.
own half of that. So, but there wasn't, it was, rocks. He was just enjoying his time, just being in nature, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and if you posted the other day both in
Hmm.
rain about this being your vision, this is your
Yes.
retirement, this is all of those
Yes.
things.
Yes.
And you posted on your personal page too, and you had
Hmm.
so many people
I
saying, I want to
know.
come, I want to come, I want to come, I want to
I
come.
know. I
That was
know.
amazing.
Yes, I'm very happy because I keep things in, and I don't like, I should have been sharing all along, but I'm not like, look at me, I don't like to do that. But I'm like, I have to market it. I have to get it out
Right,
there, and I'm like, I need to be proud of this, it's like, I don't, because I am always I'm a perfectionist, which, that can be difficult because you're always trying, you don't think you're doing good enough. And so, it's like, this is something, a dream that not everybody gets to fulfill that. And
right.
I'm happy that, there's plenty of days, nights, or whatever. And it's like, I'm like, oh, I just want to give up. And then I start praying, and I'm like, okay, glory be to God. Let's,
Right.
he's got me. So,
Well, and like you said at the very
yeah.
beginning, I mean, the best things in life don't come easy. Like they don't,
No, it doesn't.
it's that journey that makes it worth it.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah.
And my daughter even said, she's like, you're living your dream. And I was like, I'm glad that she saw that. I'm like, but don't, please live your dream too, but don't wait till your 60s to do it,
Right.
So, but anyway, so I just yeah, I love the vision. I love, the peacefulness of it all, and and I appreciate everyone who's involved, and love the team. And I guess that, if anybody's interested down the, later on, that would be another meeting, because she's the numbers person. I'm not, I'm words, not numbers, um,
Does,
but
does
yes.
anybody on the call now have any questions about Creekview
Mhm.
Farms, the phase one or the phase two, or anything about that in general?
I'm just curious, what the exit plan is for your lenders on phase two. Like how I know
Um,
you're, refinancing right now
right,
in phase one,
right.
but what is the plan, I guess, as far as getting out, you know, of
Right. Yeah,
phase two?
that's a good question. That's a property or project management question. So
Well,
she
and I
has
think
the
that the goal for that too
Mhm.
was to do a refinance on
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
the new
because of
build out. So
right, that's
phase
true.
one is wrapping up 2 months early-ish. So that was
Hmm.
going to be a 6 month term, and then phase two was going to be a 6 month
Right,
term.
right,
So the two phases, one and two, were going to be about 12 months. So
right,
phase one is wrapping up a little bit early. We'll start phase two a little bit early, but phase two will probably take 8 months. So when you add that eight into the original four,
12.
it's still a 12-month deal for phase one
Hmm.
and phase two. The
Right.
numbers are just shifting a little bit. So the goal is to um, get everything done within the next like 60 days after the refinance. So phase two, do all the work in the next 60 days and have
Hmm.
it operational for like leaf changing season and all the different festivals and things that they'll have
Right,
in October, November, December. And then January and February, it will slow down because of so much snow.
right.
Some people go for the snow, but
Hmm.
not as many.
Hmm.
So it'll slow
It'll
down January, February, and then they'll take March, April, and May um,
stabilize.
to stabilize it and get the actual, the flow going again after those 2 months, and then they'll be able to refinance.
Right.
And
Because
they've
the
already
equity is
started those
being built.
relationships. Yeah, the equity is being built in it, so it keeps getting greater every time they
Hmm.
add a plug up for an RV, or they add the RV, or they add the cabin, or they restore the
The
barn.
barn, right.
Yeah,
All of
everything
that.
just keeps adding and adding to the equity of that property.
Right.
Um,
Because just the property alone, after the 2 acres are surveyed out, I believe that the realtor had said it was worth 400,000 just for the property, and that's without anything else on it. So, I think the estimate was like 800,000, $1 million felt that that would be worth after we get all that. So that's not too shabby. That's pretty good. So, and really there's nothing in the area like that. That there's older campground kind of things, like everybody's kind of mom and pop tired kind of, but so it's just the perfect location, and it's really neat, and I want everybody to come. So
well, like we've
yeah.
talked about, having exit weekends. So when we exit
Yes.
the deal on the back end, we're going to have
Mhm.
exit weekends. We're going to Boone, we're going to Nashville, we're going all over. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll look
Yeah,
forward to
just
that.
that camaraderie and knowing, just learning from each other, and just seeing what's possible. I mean, 5 years ago, I thought, well, I have a triplex. That's good. I'm a real estate investor, and
Right.
just going and going, and the importance of having that team, it's so important. Another thing that's important is communication, and we believe in that wholeheartedly. That we want it to be a win-win-win situation for everybody. It's that as a private money lender, you're lending money out, and you're like, oh my God, I don't know you. I don't, things could blow up, and I guess being in the legal field for so long, I mean, I've seen so much, and I was like, I would never want to be in that position. So whatever, we always make sure we have plenty of exit strategies, and want everybody to just feel comfortable and knowing that, there's a great team, and can learn along the way as well, and that's what I'm grateful for, because I'm learning a lot. I'll never know as much as my team does, but that's why you have a good backup system. So,
Right. Well, and everybody brings something different to the table. And I
oh,
mean, that's what makes it
absolutely.
work is that nobody gets stuck doing something they don't like or they're not very good at that
Right,
slows down everybody else because somebody else probably does it much better
right,
and
right.
allows the project to keep moving forward. So, I mean, is
Yeah,
everything perfect? Of course not. But that's
no,
where we all like find our real strength and find
right.
ways to really learn more and
Hmm.
say, hey, there was this one time we did XYZ and this is what worked, or hey, we had that happen before, this is what we did, it didn't work. So all of those
Right.
experiences together, just
Yeah.
it just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding after each of the projects or deals
Right.
or that kind of thing. So there's two questions and then we'll move on to the
Oh,
other one really quick.
okay.
So Jawanda was asking how much is needed for phase two. So that full phase two is the same ask as phase one was, which is
Right.
550,000.
Right.
Um, and right now we are, Rachel asked, when do we need the money for phase two? So the goal is probably like 3 weeks out for the refi.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
refi and then roll back in. So 3-ish weeks. So we're not in a major rush on it. But we want to start having, the conversations
Right.
and
Get
then
it going.
finalize the pro forma so everybody can see, where we were with phase one, where we are now with phase two,
Hmm.
the goals, the refinance and things like that as well.
Right. Yes. And
Any
we,
other questions on Creekview Farms? And if you don't follow Carol on Facebook, go follow her so you can see her posts and all of her pictures. Because you put up like what, 12 pictures the other day,
I
I
think
think, of
so.
just the
Yeah.
land, the cows,
Right.
the deer, um,
Right. The
the
exterior
barn,
isn't done yet, but it's coming. So that's why I just put all
the
the
interior shots of the
exterior.
house.
Right.
Then you had the
Hmm.
RV as well. So
Right.
yeah, so make sure
Yeah.
you follow Carol on Facebook
And
to look at.
on Facebook, I have it's Carol Martin Baer.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Any other questions on Creekview Farms?
Nope.
Perfect. So Mountain View Retreat.
Um, and Marie, I think I just saw Facebook page. We're getting there. We're getting all that stuff together with the Facebook page for Creekview. We're in that phase,
Oh,
getting all the
thanks,
marketing.
Rachel. Appreciate you
Oh,
hopping on. She's getting on her
oh,
plane.
bye. Safe travels. Nice to see you.
Um, so Creekview Farms. I love this story. And your partner, tells it about you basically dragging her.
That's Mountain View,
Oh,
right?
did I say
Like,
Creekview again? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Transitioning to
yeah.
Mountain View
Right,
Retreat.
right.
So your project manager, your business partner, so you tried to drag her to
A garage
um,
or like a
a
garage
garage
sale.
sale or at an industrial park kind of thing. And the one
Right.
weekend she didn't go, right? You weren't successful. The very next weekend you were successful and you kind of dragged her to a garage sale,
Well,
kicking
it was
it.
raining. Yeah, she's like, "Nah, I'm not going." I'm like, "Well, I'm going anyway because I just wanted to get out, wanted to see the area, and
Right,
just go."
right.
And so she went. Yeah.
And you
And
just never know what's going
right.
to happen when you get where you're going.
Right. Yeah.
So, I'll share just a little bit from like
Hmm.
my side of hearing that story. But, you guys basically got there, you're walking around and you see so much potential. And the next thing you know, you're speaking to the owner of the home, the
Yep.
acreage, the industrial park.
Right.
And the next thing you're in the house getting a tour of his personal home. And he's basically wanting to sell it to you, like all of
Yeah.
it. Just sell it to
Yeah,
you.
it was crazy. Yeah, it was like, what? And yeah, because when we pulled in, I'm like, oh, look at that house. That's so pretty. I love the colors, blah, blah, blah. And then we go and and walking around and yeah, and one thing led to the other. We just said, oh, we love that house, and he's like, oh, you want to see it? And he's like one of the best builders in Johnson County. He is revered. So this is not a distressed property, it's a distressed seller. He
Correct.
had a couple of strokes. They have grandkids in Kentucky, I believe. And, the wife said, just enough's enough. And we're moving. And then when Rhonda started, my project management person started talking about, this is what she does, she'll put it out there for investors. And because not only is it a house, it's that he custom built. It's just gorgeous, but it's an industrial park. And you think, who wants that? But it's immaculate. It's so that you have the industrial area, you have I think there's now there's space for like RV and boat storage. And then there's oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. There's five, I think there's five already um hookups for RVs, but the potential I think is like 15 to 25. And I mean, it's just the road, everything's flat there, so you can have so much more. And the driveway was made for a semi to go in, so it's not going to be a problem to have the RVs go in. It has I think four tenants now. Um, and the space, like he rented them to his friends, like for nothing, like what it was, 11,000 square foot space for $1,100, so there's a lot more potential there to rent those out. There's a space to make a restaurant, like a brewery style restaurant. And the good thing is that he, as a builder, still is going to help, you know,
Right.
finish it all.
Because part
And
of
the
this was his
plans,
vision.
right,
He just
right,
can't physically
right,
finish.
right. And
So he's going to oversee the project for you
right,
guys, which is
yeah,
amazing.
with his team that he has,
Right. So you
um,
already have plumber, you already have electrician, you already have a
all
success
of them.
project manager working
Yeah,
with the contractor. So there's a lot of
right.
great things falling into place.
Hmm.
Jackie, you had a question?
You're muted. You're muted. Oh, there you are.
Hey, happy Monday.
Hi.
Fantastic. Congratulations. That
Thank
is
you.
awesome. I have family in that area of Tennessee, so
Ah,
it is
you
very
know.
serene.
Yes.
Um, my question was actually, I have two parcels of land that we're trying to work on developing as well. And
Hmm.
um, did y'all purchase the luxury RVs for rental, or are they bringing them in on their own? Are
Are
they
you
renting the
talking for
spots?
Mountain View? Are you
For the new project or
the
for the
new
other
project?
one?
The other one, I'm sorry, the
That's
puppies were
okay.
having a meltdown, and
No, that's okay. No, well, the two, I have one there now. That one is there, and then there's another one that's coming from somebody else, and then there's going to be two
mhm,
spots that will be just
mhm.
for people to pull in on their own,
So you'll
like with
have
their
two
own
that'll be available for rent, and
for
then they'll have
renting.
the spot
Yes,
camping
yes,
spots.
yes,
So
yes.
may I ask what the ballpark was on those, on the RVs? The
The
price
ballpark,
point?
the price of the RVs.
What did you purchase? Did you?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
one of them is mine, and I purchased it brand new
Okay.
for like
Mm-hmm.
$40,000. But
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so that's gonna oh, I hear the puppies. Oops.
Okay. All right, so we'll go back
But go
to
back
Mountain
to
View, and
Mountain View, right?
if she still has questions, we'll get back to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
do you
So,
want me to share any of the deck for Mountain View?
yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, and the house, the plan with the house, even though it's a beautiful house, it's going to be better suited to break it up into like either a duplex or even a triplex, and rent those out. The views are stunning too. It's just like that.
Right. So this is a little bit about the property details in general. The
Right.
industrial space, 21.5 square feet. The home itself, the custom built home is 2,000 square feet. And the cool thing about this one too is that so the other Creek View is kind of like off the beaten path. There's a main road there that you guys just get to like basically just enjoy the access road. But it's not a road that's going to be maintained quite like the road in front of Mountain View, which Mountain View, that road is like built for industrial and the coming and going of RVs constantly, where the other one, you're trying to minimize some of that travel by
Right.
offering two spaces and then offering to have two people plug up, on the occasion that they're
Right.
traveling. But this one, having up to 25 spaces, the roads can bear that load. They're built for that. So that was one of the
Absolutely.
things too, that again, you're not coming out of pocket for either one of those. They're just a
Right.
part of what you're getting with each of them. Um, so, and it talks again on this about, this is not a distressed property in any way, shape, or form. It's a distressed seller, like someone
Mhm.
whose wife said enough.
Right, right, exactly.
Um, let's see. And then this
And
is the vision. So you want to talk about each of those? Can you guys see that okay? Can you see the
I
four?
can, yep,
Okay,
I can.
perfect.
Well, again, the industrial space, there are people in there, I think a couple, one or two are leaving. Um, but I mean, they weren't paying industry, the
Market
rate or
rent.
whatever, yeah, market rent, right? So, and one person has a 3-year government contract. So, he's good for at least part of that or most of it. And there's actually another, oh, what is it called? There's somebody renting in there that's like a gun shop or whatever. But they're there. There's even an apartment up top. I don't know if it's even shown in here, but there's
I
an
don't think it's
apartment
in
up.
these pictures, but I have seen them in the actual
Right. I mean, that
full
could be
packet.
another, yeah, that could be another short-term rental.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the part of the space we thought, um, because there's nothing around for like RV repair. And we're finding out in this area need to start a septic company for RVs because
Right.
like there's money in that. But so like having somebody come in there that does RV repair, um, the restaurant. There's I don't know if there's a picture of it here, but that was his vision to. I mean, he has this huge. Um,
So there's the
that's the
house.
house, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's just absolutely beautiful with all the finishes inside, and the team says that they can make it into like a triplex, and there's another I don't know what you call it, like an overhang garage kind of thing that could even be closed in. But it's yeah, this is like the Mac Daddy, and like after that, this is it. This is like you wouldn't have to go and do any more projects because this
This
is it.
between the two, that'll keep you busy
That's
for sure.
it. I'm done.
For sure.
But just I mean, um, so it's in between like these two small restaurants, but this is like this would have outdoor space. It'll have the hot tub and the seating area, that kind of thing.
Fire
Um,
pits and that kind of
fire,
thing.
all of that. Yeah, all of that. And just a little bit more like I feel Creekview is more of the like the peace. I mean, you still have peace here. It's beautiful,
Right.
but just more of the I don't know,
There's
more
more vibe
cozy.
here. There's more
Yeah,
activity here. There's
more
more,
activity.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's more
right,
movement and
exactly.
things like
Right,
that here. Because,
right,
I mean, you're covering so many bases
right.
between the
Hmm.
short-term rentals at the house,
Right.
the RV
Restaurant,
plugins,
whether
the
we lease
industrial
that out
space.
to somebody or that's yet to be seen, but that the area needs all that. Plus the area small, like I think I'm sorry, who was it that was saying Jacqueline? She said she has family here, but
Family. Yeah, Jackie.
um there is Bitcoin mining is coming. I mean, everybody, I wouldn't want to have to live by it, but small towns, you can't help growth. It comes whether, you like it or not. But that is going to bring more people, more businesses, that kind of thing, I feel. And and having so many different streams of income is really important. Just
Right.
how, and again, laundry. I mean, this would probably have a bigger camp store, with all the merch, all that good stuff. And yeah, it's just and in this area, so it's Creekview is 20 minutes from Boone and like 15 minutes to Mountain City. So, and then Mountain View is more in line with, it's just outside, it's probably maybe 50 minutes outside of Johnson City. And Johnson City was oh, it says it right here. It was
Yeah.
featured in Travel and Leisure and Southern Living as like the #1 place to move in 2025. So not that, I mean, some people want to live in a bigger city, but just as kind of like like a bedroom community to that in a sense.
Right.
And so it's not far from there's I mean, more Dome Mountain. There's just there. Oh, the Creeper Trail in Virginia, where mountain biking, that kind of thing. Um, there's just so much great stuff. The Snake. I was just on the Snake Road. It's exactly what it sounds like. I
Oh
was like,
gosh.
oh my goodness. But it's just absolutely beautiful area. I can't get enough of it. Can't speak the words enough just to just say how lovely it is, and just I feel a great opportunity.
There's a lot of potential there
Oh
for
my
sure.
gosh, yes, for sure. Yes.
And so this one, the total project for this one, phase
Yeah.
one and phase two is obviously a larger project for you guys. The total we're looking at 1.7, 1.75
Mhm.
for the purchase price of the house, all of the property, the industrial park, and then building out the short-term rentals in the house, getting the RVs set up, and then going into the phase two, which would then be the additional build out of the house, adding potentially two more short-term rentals where the garage is, and then of course building out the restaurant to suit
Right.
if you go the route of having a restaurateur rent that
Mhm.
space. Um, but yeah, so that one we're actually doing really, really well with the capital raise on that one.
Yeah.
Out of the entire 1.7, we're close to about 1.4. Um, our goal is to get to the 1.2, which is the purchase price of all of the property, the industrial,
Mhm.
the home and that type of thing. So the goal is to get to that, to the purchase of that, and then we would roll into the rehab phases of that as well. So we are actually we're 400 away from purchase price, and we've almost raised all of the rehab for that phase, which will be, a couple weeks after closing.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, so it's pretty exciting. This is by far the largest project I've worked on so far.
Yes.
Um, and
Go big or go home, right?
right, well,
Gosh.
that's what you said on
I
Creekview that was 550,000, and now here we are at
I know,
1.7.
I know. Wow. It's,
But it's just, I mean, it's
Mhm.
amazing that you know, we were, I mean, you're at 1.3 something right now out of the full 1.7. So, and we've only been having conversations with people for
I know.
what, maybe 10 days, if even. So it's just incredible to be able to use the success story of Creekview
Yeah.
and, getting out of that almost 2 months early. Having the game plan for that. Same thing here would be to refinance, get it
Mhm.
stabilized. It would be a 12-month project as well. Um, but yeah, so much potential
Right.
on
And we're
this one.
already building the relationships with the banks. They love it, that they're all in on it, and will do anything. They want to see it succeed. They even know him. They know him.
Right,
Like the bankers, or the builder's wife, Donna, she was hit the banker's dental hygienist for years. So everybody knows everybody.
right.
So, very helpful, and just
Well,
another,
and that goes into play too, where he already has the electrician, he already has the plumber, like he already
right,
has those things
they're
lined up
right.
because he's been working with them for
Hmm.
years and years. So
Right,
it says a lot about how quickly this one will go too,
right.
so that you guys can start utilizing it hopefully for holidays and things like that. And again, stabilize, get through January, February, and then have that full
Hmm.
6 months ish, give or take, to have that income and then do the
Right,
refi on that one as well.
right. And this is like the technical part of it, but from what I've gathered, there's the system, the sewer system. They have, I guess, different taps for when you're adding the RV spots. It's already set in place. They can have as many as they need. So, to put those something like that in brand new would be astronomical price. So that was already grandfathered in, and that's available. So that's going to make it very easy to put in, the spots, as many as we need. And
Right.
so, oh, you're welcome, Tiffany. Thank you.
Any questions on Mountain View? Thank you, Tiffany, for coming. Um, anybody have any questions on Mountain View or going back to Creek View? I guess we could
Yeah,
do that
either
as
one.
well.
And one of the things, learned, from just doing and learning and immersing myself in this, my first idea of just wanting to flip, and now industrial park, it's not something that I envisioned in the beginning, but it's like, if you're going to do it, like, especially at my age, to do one door at a time, maybe if I started 30 years ago, it would be different. But
Right,
I mean, to really make a difference in your freedom and your cash flow and that kind of thing, you really, you know, um, projects like this, I would have been afraid of had I not had the team that I have.
right.
And it's just, I'm very grateful. And so if you're interested, I would love to have another meeting where you can meet the project manager and hear her take on it, because she's got 30 plus years of experience in this field, and she can talk the talk. I mean, she knows, she's got development experience and construction and um, you know, just all good stuff.
And again, having the contractor like on site is
Oh
incredible.
yeah.
And this is like a joint effort for both what
Hmm.
he originally visioned and then what you guys are going to come in and see through for him. So,
Right.
um, yeah, there's a lot to be said for that because,
Right.
a lot of people get into major projects like this and it's like, where do I even start? So,
Right. Yeah.
the fact
To
that you
have
guys
it
already
there.
have all of
Right.
that already going into this is huge.
Right. I mean, I know even if we didn't have him, I know it could be done, but just the fact that it's just going to be so much easier. So
Right.
much easier. Yeah.
Well, and the amount of people that know him also in that area,
Hmm.
and they see him being a part of it, like that's going to start the conversations and
For
that's going to
sure.
start, the gossip tree and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. So like more people
Right.
will start talking and more people will start talking, especially
Right.
when you get to the point where, if you do the restaurant and it's a brewery of some type, like what a
Hmm.
great concept for that area for even the
Yeah.
people who live there full time,
Yeah.
because there's
Right.
nothing like that in that area.
Right. Yeah. So I'm excited.
I love it.
Hmm.
Any other questions? Jackie, did you get to finish what you were asking earlier?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. So whatever path you ladies take, don't be afraid. Just, one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. It's just, it can be done. I'm going to be 65 this year, and never thought I'd be here at this point, but I'm excited. It, keeps the brain moving, keeps, learning new
Absolutely.
things. And so you just never know what path, what door is going to open. So just
Right.
whatever you do, just keep doing it. And,
And find your
look,
people. I mean,
yeah,
that's such a
exactly.
big part of it. Find your
That
people. Like,
is
don't do things alone.
right.
You know,
Thank you, Kara.
you went into a triplex alone and like, you
Right.
know, it was a state away and,
Mhm.
it required you to, make some visits and things like that. But like
Right.
this is like completely different. Like this vision is
Yeah.
completely different than a
Or
triplex.
just the,
It's
yeah,
just
and just
like
the fact that I moved away from my grandbabies. I'm like, but I'm gonna be a snowbird. I'm gonna, when it's cold here, I'm going down
for
there.
sure. Well, and think of, what your grandson is going to be able to experience
Right,
coming to visit.
exactly. Oh, and yeah, my daughter's like, oh, I just want, get them away from the screens and outside in
Yep.
nature. And
Yep.
so yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
vacations don't have to be at the beach all the time, and it's getting
Right,
so expensive to do that.
right.
Yeah, to have something else to unplug and just
Hmm.
get back to each other. Um,
Yeah.
I think
Right.
more people need it than they'll
Oh,
admit
yeah.
right now. But
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I can't wait to get up there.
I know. Can't wait till you come. So,
All right, ladies. Well, any other questions before we hop off? We appreciate you being here. We've been on almost an hour.
yeah.
So thank you for showing up. I'll download the recording and I'll send it out in the email that I send out after the call, so everybody will get the recording as well. So if there's anything that comes up, we're here to answer those questions. Just shoot me an
Yep.
email and let me know.
Absolutely. Thank you, ladies.
Well, I hope you get to feeling better, ma'am. Go finish your nap.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not far from bedtime. It's already
I
nine
know.
o'clock for me on the East Coast.
Yes.
So
Night night.
Me
exactly.
too, and I'm not sick.
True.
Good night, ladies.
All
Thank
right.
you. Good
Bye.
Thank you
night.
all.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.